Hi guys, first and foremost I would like to wish you all a very good day. So we are third year chemical engineering student of PTM are assigned to conduct a service planning project where the objective of this project are to expose and educate students of secondary school as well as the society about some core unit operation involved in the industry as well as the chemical engineering course itself. So what is chemical engineering? Chemical engineering is a branch of engineering that deals with chemical production and the manufacture of products through chemical processes. Chemical engineers use their understanding of chemical characteristics to create new chemical compounds such as fuel, lubricant, and cleaning solvent or enhance the current one. Much of this work depends on the engineer's own background in chemical processes to understand safe compounds, as they may also be tasked with conducting extensive experimentation in a variety of settings to determine the utility and optimal use of this chemical. So these are some of the branches of chemical engineering, which are gas, petroleum, and also nuclear. After this, we also like to share our knowledge on distillation that being used in chemical engineering.
Okay, now we will proceed to basic operation of distillation. Distillation is a process used to separate a mixture of two or more components into its original state by heating process. When the different compound has a different boiling point, they can be separated into individual components by distillation. These are three important terms for distillation. The first one is the boiling point, second is the vapor pressure, and the last one is motility. The vapor pressure of the liquid will increase as the temperature of the liquid increases. When the vapor pressure equal to the atmospheric pressure, the liquid will boil. Different compounds boil at different temperature because each has a different characteristic, which is vapor pressure. Compound with higher vapor pressure will boil at lower temperature. The basic operation required in distillation is still or retort, a condenser to cool the vapor, and a receiver to collect the distillate. Okay, for the laboratory use, the apparatus is commonly made of the glass, but in industrial application, the metal and ceramic is used for the distillation process.
In chemical engineering, there are many types of distillation. As for now, we are focusing on steam distillation, vacuum distillation, and water distillation. What is steam distillation? Steam distillation is a special process that purifies isolate temperature-sensitive materials such as natural aromatic compounds. In steam distillation, dry steam is passed through the plant materials. These vapors undergo condensation and collection in receivers. Working principle of steam distillation. When a mixture of two immiscible liquids such as water and organics is heated and agitated, the surface of each liquid exerts its own vapor pressure as the other component of the mixture was absent. The two immiscible liquids start to boil when the vapor pressure of this liquid outplays the atmospheric pressure. Many organic compounds are insoluble in water. At an absolute temperature, we can purify the below where this compound decompose. Below is the example of steam distillation. Next is vacuum distillation. Distillation operation which is performed at a pressure below atmospheric pressure is called vacuum distillation. This is performed by lowering the pressures in the column of the reactor. Working principle of vacuum distillation. If the boiling point of the component is very high, it is difficult to achieve as it requires a utility that can evaporate it, which can be costly. So, the pressure of the column is reduced. As the pressure decreases, the boiling point of the component also decreases. Below is the example of the vacuum distillation. Moving to the last types of distillation, which is water distillation. Water distillation is a process in which water is boiled until it evaporates and condenses, leaving behind impurities with different boiling points. Water distillation produces clean and pure water. Working principle of water distillation. During distillation, water is boiled in a boiling chamber until it evaporates into steam. This steam is then captured and condensed into a clean container. Most organic compounds and non-volatile molecules are unable to evaporate with water and end up left behind in the boiling chamber. Below is the example of the water distillation.
Next, we will discuss about fractional distillation. Fractional distillation is a process where crude oil is distillated based on the boiling points of hydrocarbon chains. It is best to know what is a crude oil. Crude oil is unprocessed oil which is a mixture of hydrocarbons with different chain lengths. Besides, crude oil has a viscous, dark-colored tar-like consistency. This oil is taken from the land or sea and is very valuable. Furthermore, hydrocarbon chains which are longer will have stronger intermolecular forces. This means that these molecules have higher boiling points, which requires more energy and a higher temperature to evaporate these molecules. However, short hydrocarbon chains will have weaker intermolecular forces, which means that these molecules have lower boiling points, which require less energy and temperature to evaporate these molecules. Inside a fractional distillate, hot vapor crude oil is pumped into the column, which is hotter at the bottom and colder at the top. Next, long-chain hydrocarbons will begin to condense back to liquid. The rest of the hydrocarbons in the vapor crude oil will also condense back to liquid when it has cooled enough. Lastly, this process will continue until all the vapor crude oil has been condensed back to liquid based on their respective boiling points. Lastly, crude oil can be used for fuels, manufacturing of chemicals and plastics.
There are also another application of distillation. For the first one, purifying water. Distillation is one of the oldest methods of water treatment and it is still in use today, even though not commonly used as a home treatment method. Distillation can remove many contaminants from drinking water, such as bacteria, organic and many inorganic compounds such as metal, nitrate, and hardness. Distillation can also be used to purify seawater to make it safe for drinking. This type of distillation usually used in desert region where fresh water is not accessible through wells, lakes, or streams. This is done by removing all the bacteria, disease, and salt from the water. Even though distilled water costs money, but it provides better health and a higher standard of living in desert region. For the second one, alcoholic beverage. Distillation also can be used to produce a variety of alcoholic beverage such as whiskey, rum, and brandy. When fruit and plant material ferment, a dilute version of ethyl alcohol will be produced. Distilling the ferment material will purify and concentrate the ethanol. Besides that, a variety of other components such as water, ester, and other type of alcohol are also collected during the distillation process, which account for the unique flavor of each alcoholic spirit. Incorrectly distilled or dilute spirit may contain fermentation byproduct, such as methanol, where it can cause a very serious health problem when consumed excessively. That's all from us. Thank you.